Now was going to tell me to tell you he love you. He said he really fucked with you, yo. Man, Shorty a real nigga. Shorty just seen me and greeted me. You hear me? Yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, most niggas be scared to come up to us. For what?
Hello, that's what NBA YoungBoy right now, right? I don't know if it's his little thing, whatever. Suck on that balcony on that chair for $100.
Jesus Christ.
I told her I got 100 for you, that's all I got.
Yeah, he got a deal. yeah, he got a deal.
Yo, what's good fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down one of the most complicated and twisted beefs in modern hip-hop. The long-running saga between 6ix9ine and NBA YoungBoy and Nah. This isn't your average rap beef. This story stretches across years and includes snitching allegations, million-dollar offers, serious criminal cases, and messy label politics. We're talking about two of the most controversial names in the culture, and how their relationship went from mutual respect to a loud war. So lock in, gang, because this one is crazy from beginning to end. Let me walk you through it. Back in 2018, both 6ix9ine and NBA YoungBoy were on top of the game. They were two of the hottest young rappers out, period. 6ix9ine was everywhere, with the rainbow hair and aggressive sound, while YoungBoy was quietly building a powerful movement out of Baton Rouge. These weren't just buzzing artists, these were real forces shaping the future of hip-hop. Here's where things take an unexpected turn. Believe it or not, there was actually genuine respect between them at first. This was before all the chaos, back when the streets still meant something, and this part of the story comes straight from 6ix9ine himself, which really shows how different the energy was back then. Imagine this, it's 2018, the rap game is on fire, and these two young stars cross paths. According to 6ix9ine, NBA YoungBoy didn't act Hollywood or distant. He walked up, showed real love, and kept it moving like a solid dude would. No fake industry vibes. 6ix9ine even said YoungBoy was a real one, pointing out how most people are too scared to approach artists at that level. But YoungBoy wasn't on that type of time. In fact, 6ix9ine said he was one of the coolest people you could meet.
Someone that you had a perception in your head that might be negative, that you met, and then they completely proved you wrong.
I think NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
So I thought NBA YoungBoy, like, you know, had a, like, want to be down, like, how I say, like, I met him at a basketball game, but this is before cooperation.
Okay, what year? Oh, this is like 2018-ish? Like,
yeah, I just walked up to him by myself.
Oh shit.
He said it. I got it right here. You want to see it? So
We
he's
believe
like,
you.
yo, I walked with 6ix9ine. He mad cool. He came up to me by himself.
And this is in New York City?
No, it was in LA.
LA, okay.
I'm gonna see. I saved it, but NBA YoungBoy, he's pretty down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think just misunderstood, bro. I think people just misunderstand his music, but it's real.
Yeah, people think he's like reckless and violent. I mean,
Nah, he's not. He's actually, he only fuck with people who fuck with him.
This part matters, y'all, because it proves that before the drama, before the politics and the chaos, these two really saw each other as legit in the game. YoungBoy wasn't scared of 6ix9ine's image, and 6ix9ine respected how authentic YoungBoy was. It was real. Mutual respect between two artists who were both grinding their way to the top.
Now was going to tell me to tell you he love you. He said he really fucked with you, yo. Man, Shorty a real nigga. Shorty just seen me and greeted me. You hear me? Yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, most niggas be scared to come up to us. For what? We some of the coolest niggas you can meet. That nigga seen me and greeted me though, and kept it going. Real nigga. Yeah, man.
But as we all know, the streets have a way of flipping everything upside down. And what happened next would set the tone for years of tension. Fast forward to 2020 and everything had changed. No cap, 6ix9ine's world came crashing down when he got wrapped up in that RICO case tied to the 9 Trey Bloods. We all saw how that played out. He chose to cooperate with the feds, and overnight he became public enemy #1 in hip-hop. When 6ix9ine came home, he was basically blackballed. Nobody wanted to work with him. Nobody wanted their name connected to his career was hanging by a thread, and the same artists who once showed him love were now keeping their distance. That's the reality of the streets, fam. Once you cross that line, there's rarely a way back. But 6ix9ine wasn't ready to quit. He still had money, a strategy, and the hunger to make a comeback. So he did what he knew best. He started reaching out with a heavy bag, trying to buy his way back into relevance. And sitting right at the top of his list was NBA YoungBoy. According to 6ix9ine, he offered YoungBoy a cool $1 million to hop on a record. $1 million. Gang, that's not light money, that's life-changing bread. And for a moment, it actually looked possible. 6ix9ine claimed YoungBoy was considering it. They talked, discussed the details, and it seemed like the collab might really happen. It would have been huge for 6ix9ine's comeback and a major payout for YoungBoy. But here's where things took a turn. YoungBoy ultimately backed out at the last minute. According to 6ix9ine, he didn't want to be the first artist to cross that line and work with him after the cooperation situation. The street pressure, the backlash, and the politics surrounding it all were just too heavy.
After cooperation, like when I gave Kodak $1 million, I guess NBA YoungBoy, and I could tell you this, Act was, we were gonna pay, when we did that Kodak feature, we already had, not saying that Kodak was our second option, we just had the $1 million there to, do the video with fume vapes and all that shit. But I guess NBA YoungBoy was, I guess he didn't want to be the first person to jump, the gun.
But hold up, it gets even more complicated. Shorty, after YoungBoy backed out, guess who suddenly showed interest? LOL Tim. Yeah, that LOL Tim, YoungBoy's close associate, the same dude tied to the King Von situation. For anyone unfamiliar, LOL Tim is the person allegedly involved in the shooting outside that Atlanta hookah lounge back in 2020. This isn't somebody to play with, and he's deeply connected to YoungBoy's circle, so when word got out that LOL Tim was considering that $1 million collaboration with 6ix9ine, it was a major moment. From 6ix9ine's perspective, this probably felt like hitting the jackpot. If he couldn't lock in YoungBoy directly, getting someone from his inner circle was the next best thing. LOL Tim had real street credibility, and with everything surrounding the King Von situation, his name was ringing heavy in the streets. That collab would have still given 6ix9ine the connection to YoungBoy's world that he was chasing. But just like before, it didn't last. LOL Tim ended up pulling out. The politics were simply too heavy for working with 6ix9ine after the cooperation situation was seen as career suicide for anyone trying to keep their street reputation intact. Even $1 million wasn't worth the backlash or the loss of respect. That left 6ix9ine frustrated, probably feeling a type of way. He had the money, he had the drive, but nobody was willing to take that risk. And that kind of rejection can flip respect into resentment real fast. Fast forward to more recent times, and 6ix9ine clearly decided he was done playing nice. During an appearance on Adam Ross' stream, he went off script and started airing out what he claimed was the truth about NBA YoungBoy's situation with his label. And this is where things really get spicy. Gang.6ix9ine didn't just throw shots, he went straight for the jugular. He claimed that YoungBoy was being played by Atlantic Records, saying they own all his music and that despite being one of the hottest rappers in the game, YoungBoy was basically controlled by the label. According to 6ix9ine, the hottest rapper right now is NBA Young. Atlantic owns all his music. If I'm lying, I'm flying right here.
This rapper right now is NBA YoungBoy. They own all his music. Atlantic. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And he's right here. Cap.
This was a direct hit at YoungBoy's credibility and his business sense. In hip-hop, owning your masters and controlling your music is everything. That's the line between being a boss and being an employee. So for 6ix9ine to publicly suggest that YoungBoy didn't own his music was basically calling him fake. But 6ix9ine didn't stop there. He went on to break down how the label system works, how artists get locked into bad deals, how contracts are structured, and how many rappers are forced to sell their catalogs just to get liquid cash. He was essentially giving a crash course on how the industry exploits artists, using YoungBoy as his main example, and the timing mattered. YoungBoy has already been vocal about his issues with Atlantic Records, and rumors about his contract situation have been circulating for a while. So 6ix9ine wasn't just talking reckless, he was poking at a sensitive topic, hitting YoungBoy where it hurt most. Now, if you know anything about NBA Young, you know he's not the type to let disrespect slide. When those claims about his music ownership started circulating, he responded the only way he ever does, through his music. YoungBoy dropped a track where he directly addressed 6ix9ine's allegations. The line everyone focused on was basically him saying he gets his full percentage and that 6ix9ine didn't know what he was talking about. That was YoungBoy's way of shutting it down. He was making it clear that he owns his music, he gets his cut, and the narrative being pushed wasn't accurate. But the response wasn't just about contracts, it was about respect and setting the record straight. YoungBoy has worked too hard to build his empire to let someone tear it down with misinformation. According to people close to the industry, YoungBoy even reached out behind the scenes to make sure his position was understood. He wanted it known that while his early deals may not have been ideal, his current agreements give him ownership and control over his music. But let's be real, fam, this beef goes way deeper than music ownership or failed collaborations. This is about two completely different mindsets in the rap game. 6ix9ine represents the controversial route, doing whatever it takes to stay relevant, even if that means cooperating with law enforcement. His post-jail career has been built on shock value, chaos, and controversy. YoungBoy represents the street code, keep it authentic, don't work with police, let the music speak. Even through his own legal troubles, he's never crossed the line that 6ix9ine crossed, and that difference in principles is what makes this conflict so interesting. It's not just personal, it's a clash of ideologies about what being real in hip-hop actually means. The $1 million offer situation says a lot for 6ix9ine, and it showed his desperation to buy back relevance and credibility. For YoungBoy, it showed that no amount of money was worth compromising his values or street respect. Now, about the label situation 6ix9ine exposed, while his delivery was messy and clearly fueled by personal beef. Some of his points weren't completely wrong. The truth is, most artists sign deals early on that heavily favor labels. Atlantic Records, like most majors, has a history of maintaining strong control over artists' catalogs, but YoungBoy's situation is more layered than 6ix9ine made it seem. While his early contracts may not have been ideal, his later deals reflect his growth and leverage, and that leverage comes from one thing: work ethic. YoungBoy drops hundreds of songs, multiple projects a year, and a fan base that rides for him heavy. When you're producing at that level and consistently performing, labels can't treat you like just another artist. You become a machine they need to keep happy. So there you have it, gang. The full saga of 6ix9ine versus NBA YoungBoy. From mutual respect in 2018, $2 million offers, to public shots and industry drama years later. This story has everything: street politics, label tension, snitching allegations, and two of the most polarizing figures in hip-hop clashing head-on. What makes it so compelling is that it represents bigger questions in hip-hop: authenticity, credibility, power, and what success really looks like in today's industry. Will they ever squash it? Probably not. Their mindsets are just too different. But that's what makes it great content for us as fans. What do you think, fam? Who's really right here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe for more hip-hop breakdowns, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart, and keep it real. Peace.